Mechwarrior 5 just released a new November update, guys. Let's go over the highlights real quick and let's talk about the most important points and what I think about them. I'm, of course, your host, TTB. Let's get started. The patch was deployed earlier this day. There's a couple of fixes for gameplay UI as well as a couple of backend fixes plus fixes for consoles. I'll start with the gameplay fixes. They fixed an issue where mechs occasionally don't shoot a clear shot at the target. That means, if I understand this correctly, guys, AI improvements. Next sentence, even more. The implementation also addresses an issue where users found AI mechs with LRMs equipped not attacking. So what we'll do, the second we can test this, is we're going to give AI mechs classic learn boats, and I'm talking like dirty learn boats. I'm talking like, let's see, 2 Lerm 20 catapults or something like that. Yeah, or maybe a Lerm stalker with small lasers, and let's see if they're going to be learning correctly. Let's hope they do, but this sounds to me like it is part of the first part of some AI fixes. If that is the case, that would be super encouraging. Next up, fix the issue where battlefield loot items were not being added to inventory. We've had that issue a couple of times, so it's good to see that that is being fixed. Fix the issue where the minimized Battlegrid positioning is off on specific maps. Yes, thank you. That's a bug that we have seen a couple of times where we were shown one spot on the minimap, but our mech was actually somewhere different and our landsmates were somewhere different. And that made for a little bit of like weird orientation. So this is really nice that that was fixed as well. Mechs injected from an imported save will now keep any installed upgrades. That is interesting for those guys out there that like to import save games. For me, not as much, because we always do new campaigns with like crazy little modifiers to make it harder on us. Players can now import career saves when starting a new career. So that's basically the same thing, if I'm reading this correctly. Oh, right, because career saves could not previously be imported. Ah, yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. And there was an issue apparently with Rasselhag, with the questline appearing before the formation of the Free Rasselhag Republic. That makes sense. I mean, that's just a continuity error that they fixed here, but it's nevertheless nice to see. And there was an issue with no pilots left behind part 2, where enemies were not spawning, so that is now also fixed. On the UI side of things, there was an issue where battle mech maintenance and upkeep costs are all at 10,000. That is now fixed, so that is going to be more dynamic now. Updated prompt to clearly define what will be imported when starting a new career. That is really, really nice, because that should give people a better idea of what they can expect when they import that. Updated cross-platform social icon. Okay, I don't know what that means. That we also don't see what that looks like. We'll have to see in game. And fixed an issue where player reputation will briefly appear incorrect when swapping tabs. Okay, that hasn't been an issue for me so far, so nevertheless, good that that was fixed. For the consoleros out there, PS4, there was an issue with confirm and select button callouts were the same. That's fixed. That's just a minor tiny like UI fix basically. And then PS5, there was an issue where PS4 and PS5 back button stops working on some menus, so that's also fixed. Okay, so that's just minor bug fixing. On the back end, we get an update for Nvidia Dlss. I would love to use Nvidia Dlss, but newsflash, we can't, because we are still running on a GTX 1070 Ti, and the first generation to actually use DLSS was the Nvidia 2000 series, as far as I know. So that's a problem that we won't be able to test until we have a new graphics card, which of course in today's environment is not going to be a very easily achievable and closely achievable solution, because they're so damn expensive. Updated AMD CAS to a new version as well. That's just some backend improvements. All right. We hope you enjoyed this update to the Mechwarrior 5 team. Okay, well, I'm seeing a couple of good little things in here, especially happy personally about this first part, about some of the AI fixes. I hope that that is the first of many AI fixes to come, because that's going to make for a much better, much more enjoyable Mechwarrior 5 experience. Here's the bad news for all you MW5 gamers out there, which includes me. Of course, there's a high chance that this will break existing mods, so you can try to run them, but if they don't work, you just have to wait until the developers of those mods come up with new versions, and then everything should work fine again. But yeah, don't be sad if mods don't work for a week or so, or potentially longer, depending on how much time our friendly mod developers have. But yeah, that just can't be helped. Don't be mad at PGI for this. That's a problem that a lot of other games also have, even AAA ones. So we're gonna give him a pass on that one. What do you guys think of this update? Let me know in the comments down below. My voice is cracking up, so this is a perfect time to end the video. I'll see you soon.